We're in DC, headed to see the, there's a marathon this morning, the Marine Corps Marathon in DC, so we're headed to the festival. It's actually beautiful out. It's kind of nice that it's a little bit cool, fall, leaves are changing, trees are beautiful, and I'm just making you guys sick by spinning around, so.
Till I come marching home, I just don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Till I come.
Here we go, DC, round 2. We're headed to the Gold's Gym. Actually, we're in Arlington. Yeah?
Yeah. We're in
Roslyn. Hitting up the Gold's Gym. Day 50, 8-week shred. Alright guys, we're kicking off this back workout in DC with a high row hammer strength machine. Just kind of starting out lightweight, getting the back warmed up, but really emphasizing again on the squeeze, you guys. I'm going to be going over some major tips in this video just to help you guys build a stronger back. There's a lot of things that some people miss when trying to build their back, and it really is one of the most important muscle structures of your body. So definitely pay attention to the tips that we're going to give in this video. We're moving on to a high cable lat pull. With these, you guys, you really want to make sure that you're keeping those triceps tight. Really focus on pulling with the lats, not the triceps, to really engage that back as you're pulling down. From there, we're going into a seated row. And again, you guys, if you want to hit more... What's up, guys? Just finished a killer back workout. Going through the workout, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, how do I help you guys understand why building a back is so important? Well, first of all, I mean, I think we can all agree that everybody likes a nice backside, right? And your back is tied right into that. So, but not only that, for postural reasons, as you get older and everything, you know, having a strong back is going to be really important to tie into your lower extremities and everything, and helping you keep your posture. So, but understanding that there's quite a few little things to building a strong back. You've got to hit a couple different parts, right? You've got your lower back, you've got your mid back, your upper back, you've got your lats. So you want to hit different portions of those exercises. But what a lot of people don't understand is that your back training, when you think of, first of all, you got to understand movement, right? You've got your concentric phase of a movement, your eccentric, and your isometric. So the two phases that I want to talk to you guys about are concentric and eccentric, right? Concentric is basically the shortening of a muscle, say like as you flex your muscle, right? And then eccentric is the deceleration of that muscle or the lengthening of that muscle. Now, when you're working back, see, a lot of people have been trained when they work their chest, when they work, to slow down that motion as you're coming down into a chest press and then explode out, right? Now, so think about it. You're going slow through the eccentric phase and exploding through the concentric phase as you're flexing through that muscle, right? Well, back is opposite. So you're actually starting in the concentric phase and going into the eccentric phase as you go down. So you actually squeeze into that muscle. Now that's tip number one. You want to squeeze the hell out of your back. You want to feel that back flex. You want to feel those muscles, right, as you're going through the movement. But the part where people miss it is slowing down that eccentric phase as you're coming out of that back movement. You see, a lot of people just kind of let it go, but that is your negative portion of the movement. That is where your resistance is, right? We call it resistance training for a reason. The most important part of the movement is the resistance portion, the eccentric phase of that movement. So you want to slow down that negative coming out of the back and then squeeze right back into it. And so that's basically tip number two, is you want to flex that muscle, but slow down that negative as you're coming out of it. Don't be afraid, you guys. You don't need a ton of weight on back. Obviously, if you can control the weight and you can go heavier, then yeah, go heavier and get your reps out. But if you don't have that proper form to really be able to, really squeeze into that back, you want to feel every portion of it, then you need to lower the weight, slow down the movement so you can actually feel your back as you're going through the motion. Okay, so the next tip is basically mid back versus going, say, wide back, right? So if you've got a V-bar, you're going to be hitting, say, more mid back versus if you're doing like a wide lat pull, you're going to be hitting more, outer back. So with that, it's not so necessarily dependent upon the handle, but it is going to matter how close are your hands together to hit that middle back. But again, you really want to squeeze through the movement. You want to be able to feel your mid-back squeezing. And then the other thing, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to hit more upper back, if you're wanting to hit like your traps, the upper portion of your mid-back, you want to be pulling whatever it is, whether it's rope pulls, lat pulls, rows, any type of motion. If you're pulling to your chest, you're going to be hitting more upper back. If you're pulling more towards your stomach, you're really going to feel that in your mid back and lower lats. So again, just simple angle changes that are going to help you guys. Always incorporate some sort of low back exercise. There's a lot of ways to work your low back. You can do back extensions, but you also have things like even like deadlift and stuff like that that actually, even straight-legged deadlift that are going to help your lower back. So that's kind of the key, you guys. You really got to visualize on these workouts, really flexing through the exercise, contracting your muscles first and then going through the motion to where you get that full squeeze, and that way you're not in the gym wasting your time. A lot of people get in there and they're just going through the motion, but that's not going to do you any good. You can throw around heavy weight all day. If your form is crappy, you're not going to get anywhere with it. A lot of times I'll have days where I go heavy and I'll have days where I go super light and just rep them out and squeeze, and really I get a lot more benefit that way than just going in and throwing heavy weight around. So it's really, really important to understand, And then last tip is, if your back's weak, if you're having troubles with it, it could be a couple things. You probably need to strengthen your rear delts. A lot of people miss rear delts, and that's a huge, huge muscle that's tied right into your upper back and basically deals a lot with your pulling motion. The other thing is your arm strength. If your biceps, triceps, all that stuff, mostly biceps, are lacking, then you're going to have a little bit more difficulty really filling these out. But if you're doing proper form, you should also be building your biceps up as well. So with that, you guys, those are the tips that I can give you for just building a bigger, better, stronger back. Hey, what's up, guys? Just bringing you guys an update. I actually wasn't feeling too well over the last couple days, so I didn't actually get much video in. But we are coming to the tail end of our shred. We've actually got 1 day left. But the exciting thing was my book actually did come out last week, Intermittent Fasting 2.0. And it did really, really well in the first couple of days. Basically had nearly 1,000 downloads, and it did hit #1 that day on Amazon, which is really, really cool. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all you subscribers that did download it, and just a huge thank you for following me on Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube and everything else. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Definitely check me out on Instagram. I post a lot of recipes and other things on there as well. So definitely check that out. And again, just a huge thank you to you guys. This is Joshua Zitting of joshuazitting.com signing off. Take care, guys.